I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. Today's guest is Derek. I think this is the first time we've had a guest back on the show for a second interview. Derek was a guest on show 737, but I wanted to interview him again because he has a new job, so I thought it'd be interesting to hear about that. He also has a new dog. It's a very cute little puppy. But right after the interview, I accidentally stood on its foot with my new massive heavy boots. And it looked so sad, and I still feel bad about that, so I'm sorry, puppy. The first thing I asked Derek was, what's your new job title?
I'm the Community Liaison Officer for the Anzen or Safety Centre in the middle of Harafu, right next to the Niseko Mart.
Kia ora. In Stick News today, the President of the United States of America has been attacked by a shoe. George Bush is the President of the United States of America. In 2003, he decided to invade Iraq and asked the world to help him. Since then, hundreds of thousands of people have been killed. On Sunday evening, during a press conference in Iraq, a journalist threw his shoes at President Bush. He yelled, "This is a farewell, you dog." The president survived the attack and said, "So what if the guy threw his shoe at me?" And that was Stick News for Monday, the 15th of December. Kia ora. What does your job involve? How many staff work here? Have you had any trouble so far? When do you expect it to get busy? How did you get this job? Have you done anything like this before? Is there much difference between the Canadian and the Japanese police forces? Is there any kind of behaviour that you'd like to try and stop this season? What will happen if there is any trouble?
Lots of things helping people find where buses are, lost items like wallets and cameras, renting cars, where restaurants are, and then also patrolling the village at night for just to make sure everything's going smoothly and everyone's having a good time. We have 3 staff on from 9 o'clock in the morning until 2 a.m. and as well 4 police officers are on a rotational basis coming in through here and basing themselves out of here. No, nothing trouble. We've had a couple of, with the icy weather, we've had a couple of slips and falls on the snow, but nothing so far. As soon as the customers arrive, as soon as all the visitors start coming in, it starts to get pretty busy around Christmas, and then New Year's, of course, is always a big day, so we're looking forward to that. Somebody recommended me for it. They'd heard that they were looking for somebody and thought I'd be a good fit, so I know a lot of people in town have been here for a while, so it's been good. I'm really happy to do it and happy to be of service to the town. Yeah, I was actually was in police college back in Canada to be a patrol officer, and yeah, it's just something that sort of comes naturally to me, I guess. No, I mean, I think they both go about their jobs the same way. The Japanese police are much more thorough, and this has been a really good opportunity for them to sort of bridge between the foreign community. The biggest problem for the police here is they don't quite understand some of our customs and culture, like getting drink and wrestling in the street is not really a Japanese hobby, but it's sort of one of our pastimes in the snow, so sometimes it's good to have somebody to kind of explain they're fighting, they're playing, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I think it's important that we have in the town just sort of a feeling of there actually is somebody sort of watching and kind of to help everybody get along. I mean, it's 1%. We've had problems with 1% of the sort of the visitors that come here, and they can ruin it for a whole place, a whole bar, just by being, getting drunk and acting out of control. So hopefully, if people know that there's a resource they can use, hopefully we'll be able to eliminate that 1% or quiet it down, and everyone can have a really good time every time they come here. Normally what happens is I'm kind of the first line of defense, and basically if you get to the point where you're still not listening to me, I say, well, there's we're either going to deal with this now or you can have the police deal with it. And a lot of foreigners don't know that in Japan you can be detained for up to 23, 24 days without any lawyers, and you should be held into jail. Most of the time, if there's any court costs, they're borne by the defendant. You can be exported, you can lose your passport rights. So these kind of things, that if people knew a little bit more, they might be a little bit more careful. But as I said, it's 1% or 2% of the vast majority of the people that come here are good customers. Only 1 or 2 people, visitors that come here, cause a little bit of problems, and hopefully this year we'll nip them in the bud.
True or false? The Safety Information Centre is open from 9 o'clock in the morning until 2 a.m. True. Derek is a police officer. False. Derek was training to be a police officer in Australia. False. Derek said there has been a lot of trouble so far this season. False. Derek said the vast majority of visitors don't cause problems. True. And that was the Daily Englisher. See you tomorrow. Bye.